Yo, 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 what is going on, RoK Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are finally going through and hitting up another jumper project review here. This is actually going to be for the month of December, as we're pretty much closing it out. However, we are going to be talking about pretty much all of the current projects that are ongoing at the moment, and we're going to do a rundown as well on each of them as far as going through our criteria. We're going to take a look at each of them. We'll do kind of our quick couple minutes that we'll spend on each, and then at the end of the video I will show you a mock example project from my own just to compare. And I always like to preface at the beginning of these videos that this is not necessarily to promote or over-promote my project versus the others. However, I do believe that it is good when you hear me talking about these things to provide a reference point, to provide something that says, oh, well, you know, if Boss is talking about these metrics or these guidelines, right, does he even do that in his own project, right? So it's more to answer that type of a question, right? And the thing I'll say to add on to that, which hopefully will provide a good little asterisk here, is that everyone should really be looking to join a project that they believe in, right? That you can truly get behind with its core values, with how it's set up, with the people that are there, with what they are looking to build. This is one of the reasons why I always strongly recommend joining multiple projects so you can compare between them. You hang out for a week or two, and then you get a feel for how that project operates, right? How accessible is the management team? How accessible is leadership, right? Are they posting appropriate announcements, kind of given the certain stages or certain stage that that project may be at versus another? How is their Discord setup? Are they providing healthy resources? Is it easy to navigate? All of these things. Right, and we're going to cover that in today as well. So I'm going to show you the criteria, right, that we start off with. But before I do all that, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell. And if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. And I'm also going to be trying to pump out some more jumper content that's a little bit more focused around the community itself. Might have some drama videos, might have some updates on individual projects that are happening. One of the things that I've been kind of debating with for a while now, but will be interesting to see some new stuff that's going to be coming out. Without further ado, let me go ahead and show you. This is the criteria that we're going to operate from. So the first 10 are the most important. Number 11 is really just kind of like my plus, if you will. And so one, we're going to talk about, okay, do they have a table of contents or an index page? Do they have a announcements channel? Do they have a positions/applications channel? Do they have a jump plan? This is not to be confused with a kingdom plan. Jump plan is specifically your plan from day one of jump up until final kingdom, right? So for however long that lasts. Then once you get into the actual final kingdom, right, what's your kingdom planning goals, right? How are you looking to build out the kingdom, right? Not just within the first week, but how are you looking to build out the kingdom up until KVK 1, KVK 2, once you get to SOC and beyond, right? Or at least having something, I would argue, up until SOC. KVK 1, I would say at minimum. Jump kingdom resources, right? What type of resources do you offer your players for jump related resources and then kingdom related resources, right? Not to be confused as the same. Do you have introductions and or resumes for your management team? This is specifically for officers and leaders, right? I would argue introductions for everyone, but resumes for your leads. And what that really is comprised of is explaining or showing what projects you've done in the past, right? Whether you've been a leader in a past project, you founded a past project, you were an officer in a past project that you thought, you know, would be good to mention. Remember this as well, right? I understand that some people might have this feeling where if a project didn't go well in their eyes, it may not in other people's eyes be viewed as going well. But your candor, your humility, your humbleness in understanding that not every project is guaranteed to go well, just like not every project is going to absolutely fail, right, so to speak. And it's important when you have something that may not go exactly as planned, right, what steps did you take, or how did you grow from that? What did you learn? What did you take away that you can improve and do better the next time, right? So you're not just kind of circling the drain in the definition of insanity. That's why I think resumes are really important. So it shows what your history is. And then number 8, we have recruiting, right? This basically just means you have a recruiting template, you have servers that you have listed out, so members that, again, want to invest in your project, right, are able to go ahead and do that. You have some form of a single ready check, and this is not to be confused with multiple ready checks. You only need one ready check, and I'm going to explain this as well as we go, and I'll show you examples on my Discord later. Number 10, you need to have meetings. Right? Do you run weekly meetings or bi-weekly meetings? I will settle for bi-weekly meetings, but weekly meetings is really more ideal. And this is comprised of a few things. You need to be able to run town hall meetings or meetings with everyone in the kingdom or everyone in your project, right? And then eventually everyone in the kingdom. That's players, officers, leads. Then you need to be running management meetings. Management meetings is comprised of officers and leaders from any and all active alliances in the kingdom, right? If you decide that you want to extend it beyond your group's management team. Then you need to be running council-only meetings. This is meetings just with leadership, right? So you can kind of have more of a top-down view on things and then kind of funneling subject matter that's needed to be discussed upwards, and then being able to disseminate that information efficiently downwards, right, to your frontline communicators. And then number 11 really is just kind of talking about hierarchy and communication flow. Right? Do you have good, right? Again, not to be confused with number 2, which is announcements, right? Hierarchy and communication flow is more of what is the flow of direction that happens top down, right? Having some type of an infograph on how those things work is great to be able to have. Again, I don't know if it's absolutely needed, but I do like when I see those things that are added into projects. But like I said, for the most part, we're just going to be focusing on the first 10. And let me move my little outline over here so I can make sure that I'm keeping up with the order that I need to go about discussing things. Okay. Next, I want to touch on the Jumper Community Discord. I always give a shout out to the Jumper Community Discord because they, ever since the days of Raya when she started it up, right, for those of you that remember Raya, I've always had a good relationship with her. I always loved the initiative that she was putting out to build the Jumper community. And to see where it is now, right, where I think this was the second one that they started after doing it, right, they're almost at 4,000 members, which I think is great. It's really good to see the growing trend. And a lot of the members of staff there, you know, I've had relationships with in the past. Some of them are new that I'm meeting for the first time. But being able to work and collaborate with them to really push the kind of logistical Jumper community benefit that this Discord does provide to new players and to those that are interested in getting involved in jumping, I strongly recommend checking this out. I have a direct link on my Discord, but I'll also be providing one in the description / pin comment down below as well. So that way, for those of you that want to get more information on jumping, you want to look for projects to join, you want to get resources and healthy information as new players that are coming in and considering jumping, right, you'll be able to go ahead and head here. Now, let's start getting to the meat of everything, which is that we're going to be breaking down the list, or I should say the current list that was last posted here from Hades on the, well, I think this one's being constantly updated. Let me check this. Yeah, so it looks like this one's being edited. It'd be nice if they put like the date that it was last edited, so we just don't assume that this was done on the 12th, just as a small note for the future, just because I don't know if I'm seeing one here, so again, I could be blind. But for the most part, we are going to be focusing on the January and February. I think we might talk about Soul Spartans here, but for the most part, it's going to be January and February projects, and then any others that we have found. Like I said, I'm going to go through them. You can see I pretty much have them listed out here in somewhat order of how big the project is. That's just kind of how I go about doing it. Maybe in the future I'll do it based on date, but for me it's easier just to do it based on size. So I have, right, the biggest projects at the top and then the smallest projects kind of going down. So we'll talk about each one of these. And again, I'll give you what I think is my honest review on each of the projects. I will also have timestamps for each of the projects in the description, along with direct invite links to each of these projects, right? Because one of the things that you always hear me mention in the few videos I've done so far on this is that, right, it's not only about talking and kind of objectively reviewing projects, but also giving them a platform to help promote themselves, right? So in case you might like one of the projects that I discuss and talk about, right, you can always go and check one of them out there. Okay, now let's go ahead. We'll dive into the first one. Let me get some agua. Oh, that was glorious. Okay. So here we go. First one we're going to start off with is the Jump Project For Honor. Now, they have almost 6,000 members in their project. However, I feel as though this is somewhat kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like multinational with how they do certain things. Like, they have a lot of members, but you can also see that when you join, there's certain things that are limited for you to view. So I'm assuming that, maybe they've just updated the permissions so that way anyone that's newly joining, right, is essentially just kind of getting funneled into the jumper section. And then depending on if they're joining from another language or somewhere else, right, then maybe they just get access to somewhere else. It's just, and again, because they have over 1,000 members, right, a Discord server will automatically cut off you being able to view offline members. So we can only see those that are specifically online. But let's break this down. So first off, right, the thing that we want to touch on is, do they have a table of contents? Do they have some type of index that shows us what, all of the channels, all of the relevant channels to jumping, and then descriptions on each of those channels? So from what I can see, if I scroll down and I'll pin down the welcome, and they have a communication chat here, voice, jump information, right? Basically what I've done is I've just kind of opened up the most relevant ones, but just for sake, right, I'll show you. So they have navigation, which is, so they actually have something like that, but I just don't know if it's exactly, because nothing really here is specific to the jump, maybe with the exception of statement from R4. So they kind of have it, but not really. And then guide, guest room, recruiter, yeah, so nothing really there. So if we go top down, rules, news statements, gift, leadership, goals, YouTube, English, jump plan analysis, yeah, so no index. Do they have an announcement channel? They have, I think news would be the one that we're going to look at. Yeah, so they do have an announcements channel. Awesome. Do they have a position/applications channel? Let's see here. We have, let me see, our alliances, about us. Let's see, maybe leadership. They don't. So goal, statement, news. I don't see anything here. Let's go back to that navigation channel. And there was like something called statement from R4s, right? Where's that? Oh, here we go. Application. So they do. However, I wouldn't title this statement for R4. I would title this application, right? If you're just trying to keep it super simple. That's what I would do here. So for me, it is a little bit misleading. So I'll give you half points. Then we have do you have a jump plan specifically on the actual jump? So jump plan, but nothing's there. Okay. Do they have a kingdom plan or any goals for the kingdom? So we have jump info, alliances, jump dates, statement, news, rules, leadership, goals. Okay, maybe here. So they have goal number 1, goal 2, goal 3, goal 4, right? Gather family. After goal 1 is completed, start training, server chosen management. So nothing specifically on how they're actually going to manage the kingdom in and of itself. Now let's see. I think they might have a recruiting thing here. See, I really wanted to take a look at their ad, but again, this is why it's important to have that information here on the Discord already. So it just makes it a little bit easier when you're going, oh, hang on, maybe it's, oh no, it's just invite tracker. Yeah, that wouldn't tell us anything. Okay. And then do they have any jump resources, any jumper kingdom resources, right? So we got rules, jump to gifts, general, let me see, jump plan, info maybe. So they have some, however, most of these seem to be in Espanol. And let me see here, jump plan alliance, advertising guest room guide. Okay, so we have some guides, but nothing specifically on jump resources or kingdom. Okay. Then do we have introductions and resumes? Do we have any introductions? So we have an about us, nothing there. Do we have jump information, leadership? Nothing there. Recruiting. So usually when you have a recruiting channel, you want to have your template here. You want to have a Google Doc or something attached to it so you can copy paste from that effortlessly. You want to have an example of what the actual ad looks like and how it's formatted. And then you would want to have either a secondary channel or a sub-thread that links to Discords that you can join to go and promote. They don't have that here. Okay. And then how about a ready check? Doesn't have a ready check. Meetings. I don't see anything here for meetings. Okay. So again, right, if I was to rate this, I mean, we're talking what? Maybe because what? No TOC, has an announcements, has an application, but I'm giving you half points for that, so they're at 1.5. Doesn't necessarily have a jump plan from what we saw. Let me see. Kingdom plan goal didn't have that. Jump kingdom resources, no. Introduction resumes, no. Recruiting, not really, but I'll give you half points, so that brings you to 2. No ready check, no meeting. So I would rate this project a 2 out of 10, right, is what I would do. And that's because there's nothing here, right? And let me point out as well, you're going to hear me talk about this probably more often, is that you should never start recruiting for a project until you, at minimum, have these things set up. Right? This is bare minimum, fam. This is minimum expectations and doing the minimum amount of work before you start actively recruiting for a project. Right? It's all about having a professional image for how you come across. And again, this to me, if I'm objectively looking at it, comes across as just amateur. It just comes across as not fully finished, right? Or not ready, not fully prepared as they should be. Right before they start recruiting. Okay, now let's look at Royal Legion. So again, same thing here for Royal Legion. We got public, let me see, make sure I have everything down. Cool. So for Royal Legion, right, we are going to start off the same way, right? TOC, is there a table of contents somewhere? Let's see. I see information, news levels, links, maybe? No, it looks like to be the ad. Ticket tree, R4 beginner. Okay, so this actually looks to be some resources, code, YouTube memes, English. There's public. Ooh, didn't want to join that. They're like, yo, who's this guy? Okay, so no TOC. Announcements? Do we have an announcements channel? We have news, and I think news would be announcements. Okay, so they have that. Positions and applications. Request R4. Okay, so I mean, I guess that's it. Honestly, just type in application, or jump positions, right? Something like that, I think, is a little easier. But I'll accept request R4, right? So that gives us 1 there, right? So we're at announcements, and you got positions, right? So you're at 2, and then we got jump plan. Is there a jump plan right now? Let's see here. Right, so we got, let's see this, 2. Jump plan. I don't see a plan. I do see the beginner, but this is more, I don't even know what this is. I'm just going to put this down for resources. So not really a plan. So still at 2. Kingdom plans and goals. I don't see anything here about kingdom plans or goals. Yeah. So I guess this is kind of a jump plan, but this isn't that full. So I'm going to give you half points here for that. And then we go to kingdom plan goal. So kingdom plan, I don't see anything here for a kingdom plan. Okay, next, jump kingdom resources. They do have some resources here. It is not really formatted. Oh, actually, hang on, never mind. This is just mightiest governor information. So that's not really, and then just kind of general resources. So I'll give you another half point here, right? Because 1, it's not formatted, and 3, it just comes off as a wall of text. Then let's do introductions and resumes. Do we see anywhere here that's for introductions? I don't. Okay, next. Now we're going to do recruiting. Is there something on here for recruiting? Well, I'm going to click link, and I think that is. So there is something here for it. However, you still need to have, if you're doing certain formats, it's good to have a Google Doc that you can paste things into. So that way it makes it easier for people just to copy paste the whole thing from there, and it auto formats if you do all of the BB code. However, I'm not going to be a super stickler on that one. It's just something that I think is important to have. So in that case, right, we'll give you 4 points for that one, even though I probably should just do 3.5, to be honest. And then a ready check. I don't see anywhere here on a ready check. Okay, then how about meetings? Anywhere here on a meeting? I don't see anything here about meetings, right? So I'm going to delay that. So now we're going to give you my rating. This is a 3.5 out of 10, right? Again, based on, remember, we're not talking about, my individual things that I do with my that I do with my project that I think differ from others. We're talking about baseline minimums here as foundational pieces that every project should do that are not specific to how they run or what they're actually going to be doing once they get into the final kingdom with their project, right? Like how many alliances you should run at minimum, or how you should specifically go about posting announcements. We're not talking about those types of specifics. We're talking about foundational pieces that every project should be running. So this for me is going to be a 3.5. Okay, next we're going to do a and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this just so I can kind of keep track of my ratings. Okay, so now let's look at the next project. So next one we got is Tempest Family. So Tempest Family here, right, again, let's start it off, make sure we have everything listed. So we got RoK News, we got Creators Redeem, Project Index. This might be it. No, it's not. This is just information about roles. Okay, boosters, alliances. So there is something here about alliances. Pick roles. I don't think there's anything here in welcome. Rules introduction. Let's see here. Nope. How about greetings? Anything here in greetings? No. Okay. So I think we have everything that we need. Family announce. Let me see. Jump. Kingdom tips and guides. We have, let's do this. Voice channels, applications. Okay, we have that marked. And then main events. Okay, cool. So I think we have everything we need. All right. So let's start our first table of contents. Do we see anything there that's a TOC? I thought index was, but it's not. So I don't think it's about you either. Countdown, vision, plan, advertise, where to add, check-in, announcements. Okay, so nothing there. How about announcements? Okay, so we know they have an announcements channel. This is specifically for their project. Awesome, right? So that's one. Positions and applications. This is the next important part. So let's look. So we have R4 applications, right? And if I select, okay, so it's just R4, no R5, but still, I'm going to count that. The one thing I'm going to say, though, about this, right, and this is something that is and I'm just going to mention this as a small difference, is I like to list out what the expectations are for each position before I have them go and fill out the application. That, I think, is just as equally as important. I'm not going to necessarily mark off any points now because you at least have an application there. But it is important to have a description because you need to set appropriate expectations beforehand on what you view in as far as what an officer should and need to do in that type of position, because otherwise people can just come in thinking that anyone can do it and they have no guidelines to go off of. Okay, next one here is a jump plan. Do we have that? We don't have a jump plan. Okay, how about a kingdom plan? We don't have a kingdom. Okay, don't have a kingdom plan. How about jump kingdom resources? Let's see here. Do we have resources here? Tempest, announced departments, kingdom tip. Okay, we have tips and guides. Okay, we do. We got jumper. Again, this is a lot, but they do. Jumper guide. Cool. So they do. So that's going to be, bam, going to 3 points. And then how about introductions and resumes for the members of leadership? So let's look. We got family meet. Oops, yeah, disconnect quietly. Why did I just join that? Okay, we got family chat announcements. Let's talk about countdown vision, contact us. Is this it? No, maybe about you? Okay, so, I see, but this is general. This isn't specifically for members of the leadership. Jump, Tempest announcements, family. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything there for that. Okay, so next now we're going to go to recruiting, right? So how does recruiting look? So let's go to, here we go, where to add. Ooh, I actually like how they did this. This is pretty cool. I like how they made it like this, and then you can just click on them as just a nice way to have it visually appealing. And this is the first time I've seen anyone do this too as well, so kudos. And then they have advertise, right? So they have where to add, and then the advertisement that they have. Doesn't look like they have a link. See, so something like this, I think it's very important. And let me give you an example. If I was to copy this, and let me just go family chat, and I type this out. Oh wow, it actually formats it. I'm really shocked because I swear before it didn't used to format it. Anyways, I guess it does. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy in that case. I guess me just doing it in a Google Doc is just being a little extra at the end of the day. Maybe that's just a me thing, and that's totally fine. So in that case, that is okay then. So I'm going to take that. We're going to give them points for that because they have an ad. And then how about a ready check? Do we have a ready? Okay, they have a check-in. Let's see what this is. Check-in. That's for advertising. Okay. So we don't have a ready check, I think. Let's see. RoK News, Redeem Codes, Project Index, greetings. Okay, I don't see anything there. Family chat, family meeting. Okay, so I don't see any ready check. How about meetings? We have a family meeting. Okay, cool. So they have a family meeting channel. But, and this is the thing, I'll settle for this at minimum. However, I think it's important that you have a separate channel specifically to discuss meetings. One, to post for availability, and then also to have that be a dedicated channel where you can post recordings and VODs from previous meetings. So that way you kind of have the family meeting stage or voice, and then you also have the announcement channel specifically. But I will settle and say this is still okay. So we're going to give them a 5 here. So Tempest Family so far, right, is at a 5 out of 10, the highest score so far. So kudos to you guys. Okay, let's now go to the next one. So we got Phantom Legion here. So let's go, and I got community. I gotta remember what I need up here. Help. Where do I ask suggestions, guides? Okay, so there's my game center. Admin, we'll minimize that. We'll minimize that. Okay, cool. And then we got introduce, general announce. This is just community. So we're going to close community because that's usually not anything super specific. We'll do important, server, and we have welcome tracking, guest chat. Okay, I don't think we're not going to need anything here for welcome, so I think we're okay there. And then important, I don't think we're going to need anything there as well because that just kind of goes over some general rules. All right. So now, again, let's start at the top as usual. Table of contents. Do they have one? Okay, so it looks like we do, right? We got a server index. That's what we're talking about, right? So important to have that. Now, in most cases, I like the idea of being able to have an index that is specifically on one page, meaning that because I'm viewing this on a PC, the thing to keep in mind is that this goes beyond my field of view, so I have to scroll for this. I'm a big fan of trying to keep everything on one page to view or one viewing screen so you don't have to scroll up or down, right? That's, again, something I think is really important because it just reduces the amount of steps and actions that an individual has to take. So you're kind of hitting more on the quality of life there. However, this is still good. I like that they at least have something listed here that explains and breaks this down. It looks like they're also using a bot to do it. In this case, just being Dino. All right, so they have that. Awesome. So I'm going to give you 1 point there, and then we go to announcements. Do they have an announcement? So they have a server announcements channel, and then we have a jump announcements channel that they have. So cool. I like that. All right, so that's 2 points for the big team. And then we got positions and applications. Do we have those listed? Okay, so let's see here. Apply for a position. Let me see, are currently closed. They do. I also like how they have R5 and R4 applications listed here. It's like the first one I feel like I've seen. Again, like we mentioned before, it's important to have some type of a description. So that way you can list off what those R5 and what those R4 expectations are. So that way people have an idea before they apply. However, the fact that you still have an application, right, I am happy to see that. But again, now that explanation is just really important. And even if you only have it and even if you had the explanation on the application, I still think it's very important to have that information listed because having it before someone applies allows for them to go in with more of an appropriate mindset, right? So I like it, but detail out what those specifically are. So again, you have applications, however, right? So I think if I'm being consistent with what I said before, we were giving half points on this just because there wasn't a detail of what those responsibilities and expectations are for each position. So half points there. Now let's go to jump plan. Do we have a jump plan? So let's see here. We have jump content announcements. We have jump info. And okay, so how's positives, negatives? Okay, how about starting kingdom? Okay, so this is kind of that starting kingdom guide. Final. Okay, so we have. Yeah, we have somewhat of a plan, right? So I'll give a point here because we do have somewhat of a plan. Then let's talk about kingdom plans and goals. And then they have a final kingdom guide, right, on what to do as well. So now we have project plans. This is kind of like, again, what you're doing once you kind of get into your final kingdom. So they do. I'd like for a little bit more here to be detailed out. However, I still will take this as bare minimum. Okay, so now let's do 4.5 points here. Okay, now let's go to introductions and resumes, right? So let's see here. So we have leadership. Let's look at leadership teams. So, don't really have anything there. Let's see. What else do we have? Jump capital analysis, jump info, project plans, recruitment, where to recruit. So I don't see anything here that is a introduction. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Maybe admin, no, it's just levels. Okay, so nothing here that's an actual introduction that goes over right, hey, this is who I am. Hey, this is my resume. Okay. How about recruiting? So they do. They have a recruitment ad here, which is great. And then we have where to recruit, right? So they have places that they can go and post ads in. Okay, so that's good. So we're going to give you 5 there, another point. Now we're going to talk about ready check. Is there a ready check here on the Discord? I don't see anything. I see jump, announcement, countdown, maybe countdown? No, ends in a month. Plans were to recruit. Okay, so no, ready check there. How about meetings, right? Is there anything here posted about meetings? I don't see anything about meetings. Okay, so that means that Phantom Legion now is the new highest take here. They have a 5.5 out of 10. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So we're going to do Royal Dragons. Okay, same thing here for Royal Dragons. Okay, so now let's go. Do we have table of contents? Let's see, roles, alliance, announcements, R4 applications, jump, redeem. I think we have everything opened too as well that we need. Oh, hang on. Did I miss Jump Kingdom resources there on Phantom Legion? $10 says I did. I did, because there was like guides and stuff. So they do have guides. Okay, so let me take that back here. That to me is going to be, I think, a 6.5 now out of 10, because they did have resources. What did I say, jump? Because I think I went plans and I skipped. Yeah, so let me go back there. They're like, how dare you, boss? Yeah, so 6.5 points there, excuse me, for, oh gosh, where was it? Phantom Legion. That's where I'm at. I think I added that up right. Okay, now we're going to do Royal Dragons, right? Okay, so now let's, so again, now going here, we're going to start with index. Is there an index or something specific here that I can take a look at that gives me a table of contents? Announcements, leadership, let me put welcome down, nothing there. Verifications down, jump plan, main migration, nothing. Member introduction, okay, so no. Now let's look at announcements. Do we have announcements channel? We do, cool. So that's, what did I say, 1 point? And then how about positions and applications? Leadership info, R4 applications. Whoa, which alliance do you... Sorry, there's just so much going on here. Oh, okay, so they basically just ask questions, and then they want you to message. Leadership here, furious, as simple. Somebody fill the application form. Leaders listed here. Send it to, okay, so got it. Okay, cool. So the application form is basically just, hey, answer these questions, send it to a leader. Okay, again, I'll accept that. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a form. But again, there needs to be expectations, responsibilities, and things like that that have to be listed for what you're expecting in that position, right? That is not listed. So they're going to get 1.5, half points there. Okay, then we say a jump plan, right? What's the jump plan? Do they have one? Okay. They do. I will accept that. So that's 2 points, or sorry, another point added, so it's 2.5, right? And remember, a jump plan really needs to be detailing out. Let me be specific there, right? A jump plan really needs to be saying, hey, this is what we're doing on the first kingdom. These are what you're going to do for the first couple days. This is how you're going to progress efficiently, and really detailing that information out. Again, I'll accept this just because they have something there, and I'll probably dive into it, maybe in a later video on that. Do we have a kingdom plan, and do we have goals? Right, that's the next one here. So we have main migration, leadership info, announcements, kingdom plan, and goals. And recruitment does not. Okay. How about kingdom? How about jump or kingdom resources? So we have guides and events. Again, I'll accept that. So. I think it can all be condensed into one channel instead of having so many, but I will accept that. Next is introductions and resumes. So let's see, plan, migration. It doesn't look like they have that. Okay, how about recruiting? Let's go to recruit message. They have that. Recruiting servers they have listed as well. Love it. Okay, we'll get you guys a full point. And then we're going to go to ready check. Do we have a ready check somewhere here? That lists that. I don't see one. Please don't tell me I'm blind, because that would be rough. I don't see one. Okay, how about meetings? I don't see anything here on meetings. Okay, so final score here for Royal Dragons is going to be a 4.5. Okay, next one we're going to take a look at is going to be the Endless Squad. So, actually, let me bump them down a bit, because that's pretty high. We're going to take a look at Iron Crusaders. Ooh, let me bump them down too, because they have a lot lower. Okay, we're going to bump you guys down too, because you just have a lot lower. Who am I on now? Let's do the Upper Echelon. Is that who this is? Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do Upper Echelon. I think they have more members than 100. So, okay. So again, right, starting top down, right, let's make sure we have everything open that we need. Important, Lounge, Entertainment Zone. General guides. We have event guides. Okay, then event guides. Cool. Okay, so I think we have everything we need. So let's start first. Table of contents. Do they have one? We got a welcome. No. We got a lobby. I mean, not really. I think it needs to be a little bit more than that, along with being just more specific. Like, say, start here, right? Say, index. Say, channels, right? Outline. It was something that just indicates going there and you can kind of figure out where things go. This is kind of that, but just not specifically enough. Because it needs to be readable, or it needs to be something that stands out where someone can read it and say, oh, I need to go there if I want to get like a nice little snapshot, right? So member expectations, alliance, reaction roles, recruitment leader. Yeah, so nothing there. So now let's do announcements. Do we have announcements? We do have announcements. Cool. So that's going to be Uno points. Positions and applications. Okay, we have R4 applications, R4 roles. Looks like there's a doc here that explains that. A little bit of information here. And this is what I'm talking about, right? This is somewhat of an example, at least the best example thus far, let's say that gives you a breakdown on what some of the expectations are, right, if you're coming in as an R4. So again, I will give a point to that. And then obviously, right, where to go for those, where it gives you a little process. Okay. Then we have, what do I have next? A jump plan. Do we have a jump plan? Kingdom vision rules, expectations, recruitment, ads, invites. I think I have everything down to as well. So again, we have a guide, but I'd like to see a plan that specifically details out like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is when we're starting, this is what we're going to be doing in our first kingdom, this is what we're going to prioritizing, for those couple days before we get to the final, like something like that. A guide is more of, it may include those things, but it may just not be as specific to what the project is in kind of a high level, more of an overview macro sense. Okay, so nothing here that I see for, I guess, a jump plan, if you will, so to speak. Okay. Now let's look at a kingdom plan. Do we have any kingdom plans or goals? Okay, so here we go. Kingdom vision. I'll accept that as well. And again, right, so I'm assuming this is a link to what that vision or that plan is. Again, I'd like for it to be detailed out here, even if it's high level, and then you give a link specifically to something else. Remember, not everyone may go and click a link. This is why it's important to have something listed out here, even if you're just giving, again, a more condensed version of what's on the full scope, and then you also provide the source material. Again, I will still give a point here, or I'll give half a point, because again, I do believe it has to be listed out. Okay, now let's talk about Jump Kingdom resources, which they have, right? So we got guides, we have resources on Kingdom as well, so we'll give a full point there. And then how about introductions and resumes? So we have leader intros, let's see here. Okay, so intros are good. Do we have any resumes listed? That as far as our, what I've done before. Let's see. Let's scroll up. About me. Right. Do we have any resumes as far as where people are? Okay. So again, some there for one. Nothing here on those players. Nothing here as far as where they played before. Again, I do think that's important to give your resume history, right? I was an R5 in this kingdom. I was R4 for this kingdom in that long. That information I think is really important to list out, right? Or even if you're just giving experience on other projects that you've been in, right? I'll take and or either, right? In those situations, right? Dun, 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 dun. I mean, this is okay, but again, listing like where you played, what kingdoms you were in. I mean, they can say this and maybe played in one of the most recent kingdoms for that long. I just like to have something attached to it, just so it's a little bit more detailed, and it doesn't come off as someone's just like writing it to write it, as an example. Which we wouldn't know because we don't know these people, but it's again, point still stands. So again, I'm going to do this, right? Some of them have it here. Not everyone does, but some of them do. Right? So, again, because that, and we at least see it from some people that have some of the details listed, even if it's not everyone at least has an intro, right? I'll give a full point here, but definitely work on that. Then let's go to recruiting. Okay, so now do we have anything here on recruiting? We do. We have an ad, and then we have servers to post in. Dope sauce. So that's a full another point for you guys. How about a ready check? Let's look at a ready check, right? Where are we at there for ready checks? Let's see. Welcome, lobby, vision, rules, member expectations. I don't know if that's what that is. Nope. Reaction roles, invites, applications, announcements. Okay, so no ready check. How about meetings? I don't see anything here about meetings. Okay, so Upper Echelon is going to end with a 5.5 rating, our second highest of the day. And now let's go to our next one. So this is Valhalla Vikings. And I don't know how many people are here. I guess a somewhat decent amount. Okay, so Valhalla Vikings. Let's start it off. Table of contents. Do we have one? Introduction. Welcome, introduction, server updates. Oh, maybe. What was this? Rocket Advice Criminal. Okay, so they kind of do. They kind of do here. Again, I would title this something different, so that way it just is a little bit more clear. Again, something like start here, something like index, TOC, channel outline, channels, something that just more specifically explains what you're going to find on that channel. Right? Server updates could, honestly, I would view that as an announcements channel for the server. However, they do have it. I'm going to give you half points here. So that's a 0.5. Now let's do announcements. Do we have an announcements channel? We do. Okay, cool. So that'll be 1.5. How about positions and applications? Let's see here. Counting. I don't think we need the fun server. So let's do that. We'll all over voice. General chat. Commands, rock advice, boosts. I don't think there's anything that we need there. So... line selection, jump card recruitment. I don't think there's anything. No. Okay, yeah. So nothing here about recruiting members. How about a jump plan? Do we have a jump plan? We have a jump guide, not to be confused with a jump plan specifically. So yeah, I view this as more of like jump resources, right? So they have a jump guide, and then we have some other guides here, right? So I will accept that, and we'll go to 2. Right, so that gives them a point there. Then let's talk about introductions and resumes. Do we have any of that listed? Pick roles, recruitment, line selection, announcements. Introductions, let's look. No. Okay, so that's not there. How about recruiting? I think they have something for recruitment here. They do. So we have an ad, and then we have that. So we'll give you guys a point. And then let's look at ready check. Do we have a ready check channel? We do not. Okay, how about a meetings? Nothing for meetings. Okay, so we're going to end off Valhalla Vikings here at a 3.5 out of 10. Let's move on. How about Devil's Family Project, which I'm sure there's a few others here that have a little bit more, but we'll be okay here on members. Okay, so now let's look at table of contents. Do we have something there? Verify information, text channels. We have that, voice chat off topics, pay to win, and guides. Okay, cool. I don't see a table of contents, but just to be clear, we'll check application family rules. Plans, general server ideas, roles. Okay, no. How about announcements? Okay, we have an announcements channel. 1 point on the board. How about positions, applications? We have an applications channel. Okay. But again, we need the details out right here. So you're explaining what are your expectations for an R4? What are the responsibilities for an R4? Right? So 0.5, only going to get half points there. Jump plan. Okay, do we have a plan for the actual jump phase? We don't. Okay. Kingdom plan and goals. How about that? So ideas general. I don't see anything listed. Okay. How about jump kingdom resources? We have resources. Okay. I will accept. Again, would like to see all that done on one channel, ideally, compared to having so many. But again, I'll still accept it. How about introductions and resumes? I don't see anything here listed for that. Okay. How about recruiting? I think it's advertisement, right? Nope. Oh, wow. So nothing there. Okay, how about ready check? Nope. How about meetings? Nothing here about meetings. Okay, so Devil's Family Project is going to end this one with a 2.5 out of 10. Let's go to the next. We got Project Heavens. And I think this is everything that we need. General chat, meme, redeem codes, voice chat, R4 applications, guides, and entertainment. I don't know what this last one, ads and servers. Okay, cool. So we're going to leave these ones open that we need. And okay, so table of contents. Let's see. Do we have one? Self-roles, rules, project leadership, alliance, visitor chat. Maybe it's in welcome. No, maybe it's in rules or self-roles. Okay, nope. Okay, so that's a no here. How about announcements? Okay, we have an announcements channel. 1 point on the board. Positions and applications. Okay, we have an apply for R4. Half points, because you at least have something there. But again, remember, we need that explanation. What are the responsibilities? What are your expectations for R4s that are coming in? Write that out, and then also have the link to the application. Next, jump plan. Do we have a plan for the actual jump phase? Which is not to be confused with a guide. Okay. Rules, announcements, we don't. Ads, okay. How about kingdom plan and goals? Self-roles, rules, announcements, we don't. Okay, how about jump kingdom resources? Okay, we do. So there we go. That's a point on the board. And then how about introductions and resumes? Let's see here. Maybe project leadership? That's a no. Okay, how about recruiting? I think they do. They have something here. Ads and then servers. Okay, I like it. That's a point. So 3 for us. And then we have ready check and then meetings. Do you have anything here for ready check? Alliance. Leadership. Nope. So nothing there. Okay. So Project Heaven's going to end at a 3.5 out of 10. Let's go to Gods of Asgard. Okay, cool. Ooh, these guys actually have quite a few more than the other ones did. All right, cool, nice. So let's do general introduction. So let me just make sure. Yeah, that's a general one. So we don't need that. Project info, recruitment, and then we'll do this one, fun and games and guides. Okay, cool. So I think we're good here. Entry hall. This might be all right. Okay. So now let's start here for Gods of Asgard. Number 1, table of contents. I don't think so. Oh, maybe structure? Nope, okay. Show overview, calendar, general. Okay, nope. How about announcements? Yep, we have announcements. All right, 1 point. Okay, how about positions and applications? R4 application. They do, but again, need that explanation there. Okay, so this is going to be half a point. And then let's do jump plan. How about a jump plan? Do we have that? Ooh, here we go, jumper plan. Okay, not there yet. Okay, how about kingdom plans? Structure? Okay, I like this. They have something here, right? It may not be fully vetted and detailed out yet, but they have something. I like that. Okay. Then how about Jump Kingdom resources? Game questions, replay guide. Yep, they have something. Okay, I'll take it. So that's 3. And then how about introductions and resumes? Leadership overview. Here we go. Okay, nothing really there, though. Announcements. Okay, so don't really have that. How about recruiting? There we go. How about that? Oh, here we go. Recruitment message and servers. Okay, I'll take that. They have it. That's a point. Okay, how about ready check and meetings? Rules, guest chat. I see. I don't see a ready check. I don't see anything here about meetings. Okay, so Gods of Asgard, going to end with a 4.5 out of 10. Okay, next one. We're going to do Tokyo Manji Gang. Chats. Okay. Okay, so this is Tokyo Manji Gang. And now let's look. Table of contents. I don't see anything here. Q&A, introductions. That's general, though. Anyone can post there. Okay, so no. Announcement channel. News. Okay, they have that. How about positions and applications? No. Jump plan. I don't see anything here. It says plan. That's a no. Kingdom plan goals. That's a no. How about Jump Kingdom resources? They have some, but not really what we would be assuming for a Jump project. Introduction and resumes. They have this, but this is for everyone, so that's a no. How about recruiting? Okay, they do have something for recruiting, so we'll give you 2 points there. And this is recruit, and then who's kind of been recruited. They don't have any. Oh, they do. Okay, good. There we go. And then how about ready check-in meetings? I don't see anything here from ready check-in meetings. Okay, so Tokyo Manji is going to end up with a 2 out of 10 right now. Let's go to the Endless Squad. The Endless Squad. Only a few people in here so far. General, yeah, we'll just do that. Voice Entertainment, RoK University. They have some stuff here. RoK Help. Okay, cool. I don't know who just posted something. Let's see. Okay, dope sauce. All right, here we go. So let's do table of contents. Do we have that? Rules and information. Server rules, no, nothing. Okay, announcements, lines lead, profile, content, recruitment, recruiter support, division, jump plans. I don't see anything. Okay, how about positions and, announcements? They have that. There we go. And then how about positions and applications? Apply for R4. Okay, half a point. Remember, we got to have it detailed out here. What are the expectations? What are the responsibilities? Right? What are the tasks of an officer? And then let's do jump plan. So did we have... Here we go, jump plan. Okay. Jump plan. Final. Okay, they have something. I will accept that. 2. Because again, remember, the jump plan is an overview of what you're doing during the jumper phase. Not to be confused with a jump guide. That is supposed to be a very specific, detailed out piece of progression and advancement material on how to level an account. Kingdom plan and goals. Do we have that? Kingdom vision. Here we go. Okay, we have something. I will accept. Okay, let's do... How about jump kingdom resources? They have resources. I will accept. Right, okay. How about a... let me see here. Introductions and resumes. Right, let's look. Alliance leadership. Officer, nothing. Okay, recruitment report. Okay, no. So I don't think we have anything there. How about recruiting? Apply support. Here we go. Recruit and then recruitment. Okay, they do. Cool. I'll take that to a 5. And then how about a ready check and meetings? I don't see anything here about a ready check. Officer profile, content alert. Okay, we support vision. Nope. Okay, so that means that the Endless Squad, even though they have 18, they're going to end at a 5.5 here out of 10. Okay, that is what our tied for third highest score. Love it. All right, let's look at Iron Crusaders. We're almost done. We got like 6 left. Where am I at right now timing-wise? We're almost at an hour here. Man, we are killing it. Talking about just being dragon slayers right now. Okay, Iron Crusaders. Let's see what we have. General, let's pop that down. Announcements is down. That is down. Welcome. I don't get it. Verification. Okay, that's a little different, but commander, questions about bots. I'm gonna guess. I don't think that's too relevant, but okay. Table of contents. Let's see. I don't see anything. Announcements? Yep. Let's do 1. Positions and applications. No. Jump plan. Ooh, we have a jump plan. Nothing there, though. Okay. Kingdom plans and goals. Nothing there. How about Jump Kingdom resources? They do. They have some resources. So I'll give you 2. How about introductions and resumes? Nope. Recruiting. Recruiting ad. Do they have Discords to join to do it in? They don't, so only half points. Okay, ready check meetings. Don't see ready check and don't see anything about meetings, so that's going to be a 2.5. All right, so 2.5 for Iron Crusaders. Moving on, let's do Xenary Jump. And I think we have everything that we need. Community, guides. Okay, cool. So here we go, right, for Xenary Jump, table of contents. Let's do rules. Maybe it's in welcome. Sometimes it is. Nope. Don't see anything. Okay. How about announcements? We do have an announcements channel. Love it. Positions and applications. We have applications. Ooh, and they have something detailed out here for what you should do for certain positions. Okay, cool. However, what positions are they recruiting for? Currently available. Okay, I mean, they have something. However, where do they go to contact these people when it comes to creating... Oh, is this it? Create a ticket? Oh, this is the thing, though. you have to give a detail about what people do and where they go to apply, right? Just putting a ticket here doesn't say, oh, create a ticket to apply, right? That has to be detailed out. I like that they have an explanation. You would have got full points from me if this was a little bit more detailed. So I'm going to give you half points here. Then how about a jump plan? Do we have that? We don't. Okay. How about kingdom plans goals? We don't. How about jump kingdom resources? We have some, but not enough. So I'm going to give you half a point here. And also depends on what we have. Oh, okay. Whew, man, you should be lucky that there wasn't nothing here. Would have got no points. Okay. How about jump kingdom? I think we already did that. How about introductions, resumes? Nothing. Oh, hang on. Maybe crew alliances? Nope. Okay. Recruiting. I'll see anything here about recruiting, which is somewhat shocking. Almost everyone has that, but okay. And then lastly, ready check meetings. I don't see anything there. Okay. So Xenary Jump's going to get a 2 out of 10 for me. And let's go to the next one. What do we got? Dead uchihas. Nice. I think I have everything dropped here. Jumper guide. Okay. Do we have a table of contents? Announcements, chat room leadership. Nope. Okay. Announcements channel? We do. Awesome. That's going to be a 1. Positions and applications. We do, but no detail. So half points. And then how about a jump plan? Do we have a jump plan? We don't. How about kingdom plan goals? We don't. How about jump kingdom resources? We kind of have something. I think this is just one thing. That's not enough for me to give any points, respectively. Okay, then how about introductions and resumes? We have leadership info. No. That's nothing there, right? And again, I'm not trying to be blunt or anything, but, it's just, again, you need a little bit more than that. How about recruiting? Anything here for recruiting? We don't. Ready check meetings. Okay, I don't see anything there. Okay, so that's going to be a 1.5 out of 10 there for dead uchihas. And then we got, 5 left. We're doing pretty good. Puffer jumpers. So I think I have everything. Let's just do this. Random. What's random? Okay, that's nothing. All right, cool. So here, start here. Oh, here we go. They have a start here, but nothing. I wish it was a little bit more than that for our index table of contents. Okay, announcements. We do. Plans. Okay, cool. I'll take that. That's a 1. Positions and applications. And again, positions and applications is only needed. Let me be specific there, right? Only if they are still looking for positions, which usually in most jumpers' cases, they typically always are. I don't know if I've ever been in a project where they filled out every single officer position, right? Where it's like 8 officers per lead. I just don't think I've ever seen that. Okay. Positions, applications. I don't see anything. Okay, how about jump plan? No. How about kingdom plans goals? I mean, there's an advertisement, but no. Okay, how about jump kingdom resources? I do see some here. Right, okay. So, I mean, I'll accept. Because I also have other things here, too, as well. Right, it's not just blank pages. How about introductions, resumes? Nothing. How about recruiting? Advertisement, they do, but they don't have any channels to go or any Discord servers to go into where people can join to promote. And then we have ready check meetings. Ooh, maybe vote? No. Oh, never mind. So this also serves as an activity check. I'm going to give you half points here just because the channel itself is not detailed as it should be. Right? I just simply say ready check. I don't think we need... I'll take activity check. I'll take, right, confirmed players. Anything that gives us more of an indication that is what the channel is being used for. So I'll give you half points there. And then how about meetings? Nothing here for meetings. Okay, so this was going to be a 3 out of 10 there for puffer jumpers. And let's go to Chupa chunk jump. Just so funny. I love it. Let me see here. Excuse the nose, man. It's the allergies right now. Community. Let's do recruitment, RoK tips, and then RoK events. Okay. So starting at the top, do we have table of contents index? Let's look. Okay, I mean, we kind of do, but it's just not in the traditional sense, right? Of where you have a dedicated channel for this, and then you have a description as well. So I'm not going to give any points here, but I will say kind of an okay idea, but you still got to expand on it. How about an announcements channel? We do, but there's nothing there. This was on the 23rd. It's been over a week. You should at least have one announcement, in my opinion. So that's no points. Positions and applications. And let's see here. Excuse me. Positions, applications. I don't see anything there. Okay, how about jump plan? I don't see that. What are resources? Nope. How about kingdom plan goals? No, I don't see anything. Help. Okay, I mean, they kind of have... no. Okay, how about Jump Kingdom resources? They do have that. So I'll give you a point there. Introductions, resumes. Tracking present register, no. Okay. Oh, no, they do. R4 candidate. Here we go. Sorry, that was for positions applications. I missed that. So they do, where they're asking questions, but nothing that's detailed on expectations. So we're going to give you half a point. Recruiting. Where was that? Oh, maybe that's in help. No, sorry. I thought it was help. Translator, R4 candidate, announce, order. Register, tracking. Yeah, nothing really. Oh, here we go. Recruitment. Tripping. They do, but no servers listed. So we'll give you half a point there. That brings you up to 2. And then we have ready check and meetings. I don't see anything here about ready check or meetings. So, Chupa Chunk Jump, going to be 2 out of 10 for them. Let's go next. This is King of Kings. And I think we have everything that we need open. Let's just do a quick check. Society, I don't need that. Audio, don't need that. Enjoy, don't need that. Guide, we'll leave that one open. Okay, cool. So starting at the top, table of contents, index. I do not see anything there. Spending maybe self-rolls? No. Okay. Announcements. I'm going to take that as news, and I'd like to see a little bit more here from the channel. Let me just see, when were some of these things? Yeah, I mean, what? This was made on the 25th. You've had almost a week. I'm not going to give any points there, respectively. Positions and applications. Here we go. Submit R4. You have what to do. Place the album, presentation letter, and a ticket. I'll give half points. Okay, and then we do jump plan. Do we have a plan? A jump plan? I don't see anything. Okay, how about kingdom plan goals? No. How about jump kingdom resources? They do have resources. I'll give you a point. Let's do introduction resumes. I don't see anything. Okay. Recruiting. I think we saw something for recruit. Ads. They do, and they have servers. Cool. I mean, the easiest point you might ever get for anyone. Really, that goes. Then ready check meetings. Logo, rules, news, ads. Submit task. Oh, wait, hang on. Do they... Oh, okay. No, that could have been it. I had to double check. Spending alliances... They don't. Okay. So King of Kings is going to get a 2.5 out of 10. Let's move on to the last two. We got Elements of the World. Is that who it is? Elements of the World? Okay. And I think I have everything dropped down. Let's double check. Chats. Guides. Okay, cool. So we do. So here we go. Table of contents. Discord rules about us, maybe. They don't. Welcome. That's a no. How about announcements? About us, information, jump information. Alliance. I mean, I'd like for something to specifically say announcements. That would be dope sauce. Applications. This was made on the 27th. It's been 4 days. This was made on the 25th. It's been almost a week. And I think it's important to have some type of formatted announcement, so I'm not going to give any points there. Positions and applications. Let's do roles. Where am I looking for that? Recruiting alliance information. Is this general? Let me see. Alliance, recruiting, general. No. I'll say anything here. Recruiting for positions. Okay, so... Oh, no, hang on. Application. I'm tripping. I can't even see. So they do... Oh, is this just to get access, though? It's just for opening channels. Okay, so no. Okay, how about a jump plan? Jump rules, jump information, nothing. How about kingdom plan goals? Nothing that I can see. Okay, how about resources? They have some guides, but they don't even have a jump guide on here. So I'm going to give you half points for that, which, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if a few of the other Discords we looked at, maybe could have got half points on that as well. Introductions and resumes. About us, maybe? Nothing. Okay. And then we have recruiting. We have something there. Okay, I'll give you a full point. And then ready check meetings. Nothing. Okay, so that's going to be 1.5 out of 10 there for Elements of the Wind. And the last one we're going to take a look at is King of Cards. Did somebody ping me? Yep, I'm loved. What brings you here? I bring me here, yo. No, seriously, just jump chat, selfies, layouts, nothing. Recruit, important, welcome, alliance is king. Okay. So I think we're pretty good. All right, let's take a look here at the last one we're going to look at today, which is going to be King of Cards. Okay, so number one, do we have a table of contents index page? Welcome, leave, introduct, YouTube, newsletter, jump, confirm, recruiting. We don't. Okay, how about announcements? We have an announcements. All right, 1 point. Positions and applications. R4, R5 application, right? Beautifully worded. Again, half points there because we have to have the description, right, on what are the expectations, responsibilities, and tasks of an R4 and or R5. Okay. I mean, you can even post my video guides if you want to as well. Okay, now let's look at jump plan. Do we have a plan for the actual jump phase? Kingdom plan. This is jump chat, but I don't think we saw anything that said plan there. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. Welcome, leave, introduce. R4, R5. I don't see anything here. I see, ooh, jump confirm. Ooh, I like that. So they, ooh, nice. First server that actually has a ready check. Wow, easy points there. But okay, I don't see a jump plan here so far. Okay, how about a kingdom plan? I see a kingdom plan. Okay. And even if it's their ad, it still has detailed things here, right? Basic plan, kingdom structure, leadership structure. You at least have something there. Again, I'd like for it to list out a little bit more. What are you going to do for MGEs? What's the general PvP going to be like, right? But again, you at least have something. Then let's do Jump Kingdom resources. Do we have resources and guides? We do have some. Do we have a jump guide, though? That is important because we're doing jumping. Oh, these are guides. Okay, cool. So let me just make sure there's something there. Yeah, I'm going to give half points. that doesn't look... that looks rough. Okay. Actually, I have to have something written, or we'll take videos as well, or a combination of both. Okay, so we have Jump Kingdom resources. How about introductions and resumes? Do we have that? Leadership team, let's see. Okay, no. FAQ, places to recruit Kingdom plan, Jump confirm, newsletter, user announcements. Introduce yourself. Here we go. R4, R5 intro. Nothing there, though. Okay, recruiting. Let's do that. Where's the recruit thing? Recruitment ad. Places to recruit. Okay, cool. Full point. Up to 4. How about ready check? Ooh, they actually have a ready check too as well, which is dope sauce. I love it. Okay. And it doesn't have to be complicated. I'll take a simple one. And then lastly, do we have anything here about meetings? Leadership plan, newsletter. Nothing about meetings. Okay. So, King of Cards, the last project that we're reviewing for the day, is going to get a 5 out of 10, right? So, in review, right now, we've had highest scores being 6.5, 5.5, and another 5.5, and then we had two fives, right? So those are kind of our top 5 scores of the day, highest being a 6.5 that we saw. And again, remember, there'll be timestamps in the description. Now, for the last thing, I'm going to show you my project so I can give you an example of what I'm talking about when I'm going over these things to give you a reference source point on what I think is really important to have, right? And we're going to do this top down. So let's rate my own project off of my own list. Okay, so do I have a table of contents index page? I do. Start here, jump channels directory. Bam. Okay, I'll give myself a point. Announcements. Psh, bam. Give myself 2 points. And again, you can notice in my announcements, right, even though my last announcement here was on the 13th, everything is still relevant because I have provided a general update, right, where people know that, basically the current state that the project is in, where we just need to find, essentially 2 more leaders at this point, then we can actually set a range. But the idea is that as long as you are setting appropriate expectations with people in your project and you are being consistent, they will know what to expect when they come, right? Okay. Now let's talk about positions and applications. Okay, I have jump positions. Oh, well, okay, here you go. Right, here's my jump positions channel. I have positions for departments. I have an explanation of what goes into those expectations and tasks. I have a video reference guide if you want to look at a guide on how to be this position. And then we have a Google form application that you can fill out. And it's more detailed, obviously, when you get down to the leader and the officer positions, where we even give examples of a day in a life. I have 2 of these here: how to manage an alliance, being an officer guide. Important information, but you always see that there's an explanation here that goes along with that. So I'll give myself 3 points. Now let's talk about a jump plan. Okay, so I have a jump plan that breaks down, right, kind of what you're doing, the preparation phase, the first kingdom. It does go into some details, but I keep it very simple, right? And then I also provide a written walkthrough guide, and I provide, if you want to do a video walkthrough guide, you just have to head up to the jump resources page. Okay, so give myself 4 points. Okay, well, how about a kingdom plan and goals? Okay, well, I have that here in jump goals. So if you go to jump goals, which, I probably should say kingdom, but again, everything I have is labeled as jump, so it just makes a little bit more sense. I have a detail here on kingdom foundation goals and policies, what it looks like in each zone, MGE, KVKs, other important information, merging, missions and values, PvP in the kingdom, alliance balancing, hierarchy. I even have a map for detailed breakdowns, something that's important to have. Okay. Give myself 5 points. How about jump and kingdom resources? Well, I have that all here into one effortless channel. Even have a nice little promo here for jumper community because everyone really needs to go to the jumper resources channel here on the Discord. And I have everything here from talents, commander pairings, equipment builds, museum artifacts, general events. And remember, on these types of things, right, if I go to like RoK Guide or Rise of Kingdoms, they have everything there, right? So it's not as though you have to have a specific breakdown for it. I can do this where you click once, you scroll, and then you find the event. This is an easy way to condense everything into one channel where it doesn't come across overbearing because you have hundreds of channels or 100 channels that's comprised of every event, every commander, etc. Right? Keep it easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. That's what we're really going for here. So I'll give myself 6 points. How about an introduction on resumes? Okay, well, I have that here, jump resume, right? So I have essentially a resume. I have some information on myself for what I've done. And then, this is just my breakdown. Again, we haven't added anyone else. This is just an old one that I have. I should probably delete that from Trip. But again, right, this is just a little breakdown on what my history is. So the general part for me, and then I have what I've done in Rise of Kingdoms. I have what I've done in Infinity Kingdom. I even have previous projects on YouTube video breakdowns of giving you a kind of history on what happened in those projects, right? And I also list off where I was, the time I spent, what I did. Now, I guess you could make the argument that I could maybe provide a little bit more of a casual introduction. But this definitely gives you a good high-level introduction, not only to me, but to my history and my resume. So for that, I'm going to give myself 7 points. Then let's talk about recruiting. Okay, so I have something here called Help Recruit. And the way this works is that I have a ad here, and then I have a Google Doc that you can go to. And then I also have a thread channel. Oh gosh, please don't tell me it was archived. Let's do this. And hopefully it comes back. There we go. So this is what it should be, right? So this is a thread that they can go to. It's called Servers to Recruit From. And if you click on that, you'll see this here where it says Discord servers to join and help promote. One of the kickers here is I mention ActiveLink server code. ActiveLink server code. What that means is that when you go to that Discord, you can copy paste the ad verbatim, which has the active link in it, or if you just need to post the server code. And I have instructions as well, right? Active link versus server code that we have it listed out. Okay, so that's 8 points. Now let's talk about a ready check. Do I have a ready check? I do. I have a sign off. Right? So the sign off here includes that. So we have kind of important information top to bottom. This also goes over, responsibilities, expectations for players that are being here. And then once they get to the bottom, it says sign off acknowledging / region check. And then it basically is a ready check, right? For people that want to be a part of this project. So we have that. Okay, bam. Now let's do 9 out of 10. Now meetings. So I have a specific channel for meetings, which in this channel I have what day of the week can you attend meetings. I have what time of the day can you attend meetings. And so I always post this because I think it's important if you're trying to do meetings where you can get the maximum amount of attendance that's coming to your meetings, right? And you try to hold meetings at that preferred day and preferred block window of time so you can get the most amount of people to show up. And then from there, as people join, you just keep doing little friendly ping reminders to let people know to apply. And then I will post all of the VODs that I do. I even have a guide video on how to run your own jumper project meeting, essentially. And but again, right, then you'll see as I scroll up, you'll see other town hall meetings that were posted, right, for VODs. Again, I'm probably going to do this a little more simply in the future, but just to kind of give you an example, right? So, bam. Minimum, I'd give myself a 10 out of 10 just off of the necessary information. Now, I have other things on here as well that I think are beneficial in their own ways. But for the most part, the bare minimum that you need is included there. And you can see that on my Discord, and this is just my opinion on preference, but I just don't, my server isn't overly busy, right? I'm not using emojis all over the place or a bunch of custom text, right? We can just be a bunch of basic pimps at the end of the day, right? That's really where we can go in that direction. Now, for those of you that want to be flashy, right, again, to each their own. However, I'm just a little bit more simple in that regard, and I like the simple elegance. I like the less is more approach. And for me, that's just, again, I think that's really all you need, in my opinion. With that being said, that is it for me. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, there will be direct server invite links below in the timestamps for each of the Discords that we talked about. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know in the description down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the criteria that I'm using to gauge and to review projects by? Do you think it's fair? Do you think I should include something else? Do you think I should change something, take something out, right? Let me know that as well. And lastly, another big shout out to the jumper community, right? Make sure that you guys check them out if you're not already a part of it. And yeah, that's it for me. So as always, until next time, I will catch you later.